On July 22nd at about 1:05 a.m., a gentleman was sitting in his vehicle in the parking lot at 600 East Lawther. 3 black males approached him, 2 of which were armed with a handgun. They robbed him, taking his cell phone. About 30 minutes later, at 2900 White Rock Road, 4 individuals were playing Pokemon when 3 black males approached them and robbed them at gunpoint. Again, 2 of the suspects had handguns. On the 26th at 1 a.m., 3 black male suspects robbed 2 individuals at gunpoint as they walked in the 4800 block of West Lawther. And on August 2nd at 2:30 a.m., 3 black males robbed a male and a female as they were playing Pokemon in the 4700 block of West Lawther. The suspects are described as 3 black males, 17 to 20 years old, weighing 145 to 160 pounds. During the offenses, they were wearing black t-shirts and white t-shirts. Now, as I mentioned, 2 of these offenses involved individuals that were playing Pokemon when the offense occurred. There is no indication that they were lured to the offense location by the suspects by the use of the app. They just happened to be playing Pokemon when the offense occurred. They were distracted by the Pokemon game, but they weren't lured there. In one of the offenses, there was a black female suspect that drove them away from one of the offenses in a white 4-door sedan. There's no further description given on her. Anyone with information on these robberies is asked to call Detective Cardenas at 214-671-3658. If you wish to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers at 214-373-8477. Take a couple questions real quick if you like.
Can you talk a little more about, kind of the whole distraction of it? I mean, it seems obviously that these people are going to this area, like you said, not that they're lured by the suspects, but clearly there's something being done there with the game in terms of them coming to this destination. So can you talk about kind of, it seems like this is kind of shooting fish in a barrel in a sense.
Right, because they have their head down in their phone and they're focused on the phone. They're not looking around or aware of their surroundings. They're not paying attention to what's going on around them. And I think that makes it easier for somebody to approach them, and before they realize they're there, it's too late. In one of these offenses, they actually did see them approaching and they tried to run and the suspects chased them down. We have guns, stop, so they stopped. But generally, that's the problem with cell phones all the time. They're just focused on the phone and not what's going on around them. One more?
Yeah, I work at a White Rock Lake all the time, and so there are generally, I can see police there. But I think I've noticed, and this may be an observation that's true or false, but since the Pokemon craze, and that place is crowded now with people playing that game, it seems like to me I'm seeing more police put there. Is that true? Do you know if there's more police presence around that area?
I can't address that. I have no idea what the Northeast Commander has done with the lake. I mean, he's aware of these offenses. And then, the first offense was on the 22nd. He may have increased the patrol when he became aware of those first 2 offenses. I know the park, unless things have changed recently, the park closes at midnight. Like from midnight to 5 a.m., the park's closed. There's not supposed to be anybody there to begin with. So I don't know what kind of patrol would be out there at that time of night.
I mean, you're a parent. How does it sit with you when you hear about people playing this game? It's supposed to be fun, supposed to get outside, walk around. How does it sit with you when you hear about people running into trouble playing the game?
I don't get the game. I don't get the fascination with the game, but to each his own. And I have no problem with the game, but there's still a world going on around you. You have to pay attention.
All right.
All right. One more.
The thing is because the heat, a lot of these people that like to play the game, they're doing it really late at night, and could you speak to that as more of a concern for this sort of thing happening?
Anytime you're somewhere at night, you can be robbed during the day, but most of the offenses occur in the evening, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Anytime you're out running around at night, you need to be aware of where you are. Don't isolate yourself. Stay in lighted areas. Don't be alone. In this one offense, there were 4 of them there. So even if you 4 in a group and you isolate yourself where there's no potential witnesses, you subject yourself to the possibility of being robbed. All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Lieutenant Tony Crawford. I'm the commander of the Financial Investigations Unit of the Specialized Investigations Division. And I'll read a statement, then I'll take some questions. As technology advances, so should your knowledge on how to protect yourself from high-tech criminal behavior. The Dallas Police Department's Financial Crimes Unit has recovered 5 devices which captures credit card and debit card information, as well as PIN and zip code information when you swipe your card at gas pumps. These devices are inserted into the gas pumps of gas stations in the North Central divisions where we found them so far. They're not visible from the outside of the gas pump, and they all appear to have been made by the same person or the same group. This sophisticated technology is used with a Bluetooth connection. This is the scary part. To transmit the data. What that means is that the suspect does not have to go back into the pump and able to retrieve the information that he's looking for, he or she's looking for. Therefore, we're wanting the public to remain vigilant when they're around gas pumps, to notice anybody that's loitering, anybody that's suspicious around the gas pumps. Be sure and call 911. We also want businesses to do regular checks of their gas pumps, the internal workings of the gas pumps, to make sure. And then when we found these, they came from when the gas pump was just having a regular routine inspection, and that's when they found them, so we don't know how long they'd been there. So we're asking businesses to make sure that they regularly check their gas pumps, and they can also put tamper evident seals on the doors. Also, consumers, we want to make sure that you're aware of things that you could do to prevent you from becoming a victim. One of the things is to pay inside. I know that this is what they're preying on is our convenience to go out and be able to just pay at the gas pump, but we ask that you pay inside. That will prevent this from happening. Also, monitor your credit on a regular basis. Review your bank statements. Don't, when you get them in the mail or get them in your email, just don't throw them in the trash. Make sure you look at and to get into them. They also are using a material, or the material just by the way it's put together doesn't allow us to get fingerprints off of it. We've tried and tried and tried. Some of the when the device comes out, it's actually, when it's put in, it's shrink wrapped so that it protects it from the heat, and that destroys any of the fingerprints that are on there. Any questions?
Lieutenant, when you first heard about this, I mean, you've been doing this for a while. What did you think about this Bluetooth technology being used? Well,
if you go up to, one of the things that we can do is that, criminals are always going to find a new way around something. And when you go up to an ATM, and we don't see these on ATMs because you can't get into an ATM, but you can put a skimmer on the top of it. So we tell people, when you use an ATM, go up and pull if it doesn't look right, pull it and see if it'll come off first before you insert your card. On this, what makes it unique is that it has a Bluetooth capability, so they can sit there in the parking lot, and while people are scanning or swiping their cards, they're getting all that information right there. They can park a car with a laptop in it that's Bluetooth connected and go back and get it a few hours later and have all that information.
You used the word scary.
It is. It's, I mean, I'm a consumer too, and I want to make sure that my credit is safe, my bank accounts are safe, and when it gets into the point where you don't have to actually be there to get the information, or the bad guy doesn't have to be there to get the information. To me, that's unique, and that's kind of disconcerting.
But in order to put them in, somebody needs to open it.
Exactly.
Is it
exactly.
someone from the gas station involved in this?
No. It's the suspect. Well, we don't know that, but we pretty much have figured out that these keys are available to the public. I mean, you can find them, or you can buy one probably. And they're going in probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and while the clerk's not able to observe everything that's going on, or they could be sitting there putting gas in their car, and while they're doing that, they're so good at it, they can probably slip these things on immediately. We don't have any video of it right now, we're looking for that and trying to find it, but we haven't been able to get some retrieve any at this point.
Have you ever heard of anything like this?
Not with the Bluetooth, no. This is our first time on this, and we took another offense again today. We had these three locations. We got 5 from 3 locations, and we just had another one about an hour ago that we went out and retrieved the device from.
In 9501 Forest Lane?
I think so. Yes, sir.
So the only way to detect those is the owner or the people in charge of the gas station go into the pumps.
Yes, sir.
So that is no other way.
Yeah, they have keys to the pumps, but that's only to replace the paper with it that prints out. This is put in the lower part down here. So, but we ask that they inspect the pumps on a regular basis, and that would prevent a lot of this from happening.
It was just a clerk that discovered it after getting some complaints, or how did you guys?
I think one of them was discovered when the actual device was causing the reader or the screen to start doing some weird stuff, and so that's when they did the inspection and found it.
Lieutenant, can you talk just a little bit more about what we're looking at there with the whole device, the strap, just kind of what it does?
When we actually took the shrink wrap off this one so we could try to get some fingerprints off of it, and what it is, it has an actual button, and you can turn it on here, and it has enough power in it that or runs off the power of the actual pump. And they actually have as you can tell, there's 3 different connections, and they're different sizes and they're different types. These two are different kinds, but they can do it in a split second and put it on. So they obviously have knowledge of the pump itself and what they can put it on. So.
And those are reading.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Anything else?
Any idea how many victims at this point possibly?
No. We've got 5 that we've recovered, or 3 offenses that we're working on.